The Serpent Girl of Aidin Village 1. In Aidin Village, a girl named Aditola was born under a dark, moonless sky. From her first breath, the villagers sensed something unnatural. She has the eyes of a serpent and the spirit of the forest. They whispered in hushed tones, casting wary glances toward her family's hut. The night of her birth, an eerie silence blanketed the forest, and animals that normally hid in the shadows appeared, slithering under the village huts. Even her mother, Yetunde, could not escape a strange awe mixed with fear. Aditola's golden eyes seemed to hold mysteries from beyond this world. By the time she was 3, her strange ways had spread fear through the village. She often laughed and spoke to unseen creatures, her voice occasionally slipping into an unsettling hiss that echoed through the night. As she grew older, the villagers' fear transformed into suspicion. They whispered that she was an Ejaugun, a spirit child, a creature meant for the realm of spirits, not humans. Aditola was haunted by questions. Why did people fear her? Why did she feel so drawn to the forest, as though it were calling her? The secret of her father. One morning, unable to bear the villagers' silent rejection, Aditola decided to find answers. She had heard rumors about her father, Orunmila, who vanished soon after her birth, supposedly claimed by the forest. At dawn, she left her hut and ventured into the trees, slipping past the village while it slept. Deeper in the forest, a low, soothing voice broke the silence. "Welcome, my daughter," it murmured. Aditola turned and saw a tall figure with scales glinting in the dawn light and eyes as golden as hers. It was her father, Orunmila. "My blood runs through you," he said. "You are part of the forest, born of ancient power. But until you accept it, that power will be both a gift and a curse." Overwhelmed, Aditola reached for her father. As their hands touched, a surge of energy flowed through her, awakening senses she never knew she had. The forest pulsed with life, and she felt she could hear every rustle, every whisper. Awakening her powers from that day, Aditola changed. She could summon creatures with a thought, and her skin took on a faint shimmer, like scales under sunlight. Her eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and she felt her powers growing stronger each day. Yet with every transformation, the villagers' fear grew. They whispered about the Omo Okunrin Ejaugun, the serpent spirit child, and when crops withered, animals fell sick and children took ill, they blamed her. One evening, a group of villagers, armed with torches and charms, confronted her. Baba Afani, the elder, spoke with trembling resolve. "Aditola, misfortune follows you. The spirits say you must leave." Her heart shattered. She had only wanted to understand herself and protect the village. But now, they were ready to drive her away.
Farewell that night, Aditola returned home to find her mother waiting. Yetunde's eyes brimmed with sadness. "My daughter, they fear what they don't understand. You must leave where no one can harm you." As she gathered her belongings, the villagers gathered again, yelling and waving torches. Aditola felt sorrow turn to defiance. She raised her hands, and her voice grew steady and cold. "You call me a curse, though I have done no harm. Very well, I will leave, but you will remember this day." Lal, she spoke an ancient spell her father had taught her, summoning the spirits of the forest. The ground trembled as snakes emerged from the undergrowth, encircling her protectively. The villagers froze in terror, their faces pale. Aditola's heart ached with sadness as she looked at them. She had wanted only to belong. With one last sorrowful look, she turned and disappeared into the forest, her form blending into the shadows as her father had done years before.
The legacy of Aditola, the village of Aidin, paid dearly for its fear. Crops continued to fail, animals fell ill, and the river dried up. The villagers came to regret driving her away, realizing they had lost a powerful protector who might have saved them from misfortune. Aditola's name became a legend, a warning passed down through generations to fear what one does not understand can have a high price. It is said that on stormy nights, a faint hiss could be heard in the wind, a reminder of the Serpent Girl who had once lived among them. The return of Aditola years passed, and the legend of Aditola grew. Some claimed she had transformed into a forest spirit, a protector of the land. Others dreamed of her, urging them to care for the earth and respect its mysteries. One stormy night, when the village's suffering had reached its peak, the earth trembled and a familiar hiss echoed through the air. The villagers gathered at the dried river, clutching each other in fear as they gazed into the darkness. Through the mist, a figure emerged, a tall woman with silvery skin and blazing golden eyes. It was Adetola, transformed into the serpent spirit. The villagers fell to their knees in awe and fear. In a voice like rolling thunder, she spoke. Aidun village, you once drove me away, but your suffering has taught you. Now, will you honor what you once did not understand? Baba Afani, now an old man, stepped forward, his voice trembling. We were wrong, Adetola. We understand now. We have learned the price of ignorance. With a sad smile, Adetola raised her hands and rain began to pour, filling the river with fresh water. The earth came alive, and the forest spirits blessed the village once again. The villagers wept, vowing to honor her memory and live in harmony with the land. And with a soft hiss that lingered in the air, Adetola disappeared back into the forest, her legacy now a lesson in wisdom and understanding. Thank you for watching this tale. If you enjoyed the story, remember to subscribe, turn on notifications, and give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments what lesson you learned from Adetola's story. Stay tuned for more captivating tales.